What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
Not
Those Damn
another
Podcast.
damn podcast.
Presented by
Our damn selves.
episode 290.
Yeah.
Like
Whoa.
Eisenhower. Let's go, baby. Chi-Town, West Side.
Go Chicago.
Yeah.
Highways I hate going on. 290. I hate going on to Eisenhower. No shade, but
That's a whole list for me. Like highways I hate going on. Like all of the above.
all the above. No, but 290 is always crowded no matter what time of day. It's just
especially as you get past like we go further west, like near like Harlem, like that way it really gets like shitty.
You just be sitting there like
really gets shitty over there.
you just have to sit there and just wait.
Since we not West Siders, like the back roads I don't know as well as I do like if I'm on the Dan Ryan, you can hop off and like take Michigan all the way out. Like yeah. I know the back roads are, but Michigan. West Side is like only one I know is Roosevelt, but guess what? Everybody knows that. So like you go to Roosevelt, it's just as bad as 290 because everybody says I'm gonna hop off this and get
hop off and do Roosevelt.
Everybody does that shit.
Everybody doing that
out there. Go past the old George's music room. Shout out George Daniels, baby. West Roosevelt. You pass it right there on Roosevelt, yeah. But because I don't know the other. I don't know the back roads or the side streets like that.
I don't know the back roads.
I don't know Roosevelt, but so does everybody else. So yeah,
I don't know it all out west. Out south, I'm good. Out south.
South, I know. Okay, Michigan.
South, I'm good.
Michigan is like I'm spilling the I'm telling the beans. Yeah, like Michigan is a good one because like not everybody knows Michigan. Well, they know now, but yeah, Michigan's good. And then of course you got like King Drive, Cottage Grove. You got all your
Cottage Grove. Yeah,
Michigan is the one nobody knows about though. Yeah, until now. I was like, yeah, so
now.
Yeah, take Michigan there straight. That's if you headed south, straight south. Yeah, right. Indiana will be north. Like so now I'm spilling all of it. Yeah. If you go on and Ryan's whack, you hop off and take Indiana straight up.
Yep.
But yeah, so I know the south side back roads. Yeah, the west side, I'm not
so much.
I know a couple of them. Roosevelt being the main one, but that's the one everybody knows. So that one becomes bottleneck too. And it's bottleneck and got light, so it's even whacker. So shout out to all my 290 West Side folks, though.
West Side.
How was your weekend, kid?
It's still feeling surreal that I'm in my house. We're still doing some unpacking, some things like we're getting all of our wall stuff up now.
Hey,
like our wall stuff has been like on the dining room table. I'm like, this needs to go this weekend because I'm tired of looking at my dining room table. So we got the wall stuff up this weekend.
Me and Babe got a nice little wall thing for you coming soon.
Yeah.
And
I got my spot ready for it. I'm like, that's going right there. I was like, it's going right there on that wall. So I already have it ready. I have the spot ready for it.
That's what we were working on this weekend. Me and Babe. I helped her finish putting her. She got her new quilting machine. A big ass quilting machine that's like 10 feet long or something.
Oh my Lord.
And like, yeah, we had to put it together. So yeah, we finished putting it together. And
nice.
Now trying to figure it out. Like you get a new toy, you try to figure it out. Like, how does this work? How does that work? So that's what she's been doing now. But we did finish putting it together and it looks nice. Like I'm looking at it
I
right
wish
now.
I had talent to do stuff like that, but I don't.
I can't create nothing. My talents aren't in the quilting. My talents are in music.
My talents in writing and dancing. Those are my talents, writing and dancing. Everything else is like trying to quilt and crochet and not. Nah, I can't.
Whether it's making my own music, whether it's mixing other people's music, DJing is like music. Is always, whether I've played instruments before, so like it's just always been
music is you.
It always comes back to music with me. That's what it always is.
Music is your soul.
And let's talk music since we're talking music. Talk about musicians. I got a couple of rappers that have been big in the news right now. Where to start? You want to start with this Tory Lanez trial? Like that's big.
You can start there because I had another one in mind. We can start there.
I got 3 of them in my mind, but we'll start with this trial. Meg Thee Stallion took the stand and she said something that we already knew because she was under oath. She admitted Because before she denied, and now she admitted, yeah, me and Tory Lanez were in a sexual relationship, but we weren't exclusive. So we do that. It's like you don't just shoot at somebody that you're not having sex with. We don't shoot at nobody, period. That's a Second Amendment. Like, no,
was
you don't.
She embarrassed because he was short. Is that what it is? Did she like height shame him?
Is
that what it was? It's like she height shamed him.
Man's like 6 feet tall, so she's the stallion. He's like
5'2".
Whatever. He's 5'2", like Lloyd didn't say. Yeah.
Because I promise you, on that sway and wherever, when he stood up out the chair, he was the same height as he was when he was sitting down. I was like, wait, what? That's how I knew he was short, because I was like, wait.
Alcina called his ass a leprechaun. That made me laugh.
Who said he was a leprechaun?
That's August Alsina. Remember, they got into it in Chicago. They had an incident back
yeah, that's right.
He said this leprechaun ran up on me or something. I said it's the first time I took August's side. It's like I'm on August's side. That's hilarious. Leprechaun ran up on me.
No, but he's a little dude. But I think that Meg was just embarrassed because he was short. And I think that's where it was.
She denied it. She said, "No, we wasn't in a relationship. We didn't do it." She denied it for like now under oath. She said, "Oh yeah, we we kicked it. Yeah, we smashed. We weren't in a relationship, but
they had what you call a situationship. Yeah. That's what it's called, a situationship." Yeah. Which are very dicey because people think that situationships are good until they're not.
Which is what happened. We can read between the lines. Like
someone's going to get jealous.
And what happened because of the friend, like Kelsey Harris, like the other person that was in the car. Yeah, like she was the third person that was in the car. Like I think Tory was smashing both of them, and that's where all of this came from. That's just my opinion. Like it hasn't come out. I think he was messing around with Meg and the friend, and like tensions got high in the car, and then like guns came out. It's like that's what happened. I'm filling in the blanks, like, but that's what I think happened. That Tory was messing around with both of them, and then shit got real and shit. Yeah, that's my opinion.
And you got people in a small space like a car. That's why, like, don't fight in a car.
Fight in the car. We saw that with Chris Brown and Rihanna.
Yeah, please don't fight in a car.
Now with Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah, because it's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
It's literally nowhere to go. You get into a fight.
And then there's other rumors that, I think Tory's people are saying, it's like the stories out there saying that he didn't really shoot her, the gun went off accidentally, which might be what actually happened. It's like they were fighting over the gun and then it went off. It's like, that's how Meg really got shot. It's like
from Chicago. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. It's out of Chicago. He both reached for the gun. Like, what is this? Like, there's a lot going on. I don't know. That just sounds crazy to me. But
I've been following.
Cooler heads have to prevail. I'll just say that. Cooler heads need to prevail. Don't react on something because you're mad now at the time, you know. If you need to get out the car and Uber. You know, we can always just Uber home. Get out the car and Uber. Let me out right here. Fuck you. I'm out the car. Get me out the car right now and I'm going to Uber home.
And of course, she said why she didn't tell the police that he shot her originally because remember, this was summer of 2020. Remember what was going on?
Right, because she was saying about the whole
behind the George Floyd and all of that. So she said,
Jacob Blake.
Yeah, we don't trust the police. What's the other one? Rayshard Brooks. All of that happened like right back to back to back. It's like all of that shit happened. Yeah. And so like black folks were like about the cops. It was like, yeah, she said we didn't trust the police then, especially like
I didn't want another black man to be.
They might have shot Tory. Like, yeah, she was like,
a victim of police violence, basically.
She said he didn't shoot her, and then later she changed it. She said that's why she did that. So, but it could be like maybe the gun really did go off accidentally. I don't know, man, but. Definitely been following this trial. It's like been very interesting. I've been keeping an eye on things. I don't know who's winning right now. I don't know if Tory gets acquitted or not. I really don't know. Like it could go either way, in my opinion.
He probably just gonna have to get probation or something. Because, like, you know, when you like people always talk about like black and green is the color that you need to get off the best. If you got some green, you're not gonna get nowhere unless you do some real shit. You have to do some real shit. Like if you murder people, then obviously, you know. But if you do something that's, you know, just kind of like a bonehead move or whatever, You got the money, you can protect yourself, you can get off. So he probably gets probation. He might have would they put a restraining order for him against Meg or something like that?
Have that now, he's not supposed to. So they probably
he within so many feet of her. Yeah. He'll probably have to pay a fine like that.
This is why award shows were kind of weird. It's because with either one or the other has to be there. They can't both be there because of that restraining order. So if Tori is attending the show, then Meg can't attend it. That's how it was, or vice versa and shit. It's just some award shows happened. I think one of them was there, and the other one, I think Tori was at one, and Meg decided, nah, I ain't going because of that shit. Is I think so award shows got really weird. But definitely following that. Got another one unless you want to throw one out there, kid.
Which one? Might be the same one.
Ghana,
yeah. It might be the same one. Ghana.
That's the big one. Yeah, I wanted to get that Meg and Tori out of the way first.
That's the one I was thinking of, the Ghana one.
Meg dropped it to you about that her and they really had a sexual relationship, so is out there now because she had denied it at first. But Ghana, he's officially out after copping a plea on his RICO charges, which I'm not surprised at all. He Nino Brown that shit. I ain't going down.
Bring my bars ahead of CMB.
He said, your brother, Young Thug's the real leader of the YSL. I ain't going down. Might need some Photoshop that put Gunna's face on Nino Brown pointing out Young Thug and says, Young Thug's the real leader of the YSL. That's hilarious.
So he took his plea and
now he's getting a label snitch. So I think Gunna's career is over because of that. It's a snitch. I think he's done because especially in hip hop,
is he really a snitch? So that's what the question was.
That's the big question. I don't think so. It's
because he said he didn't name anybody. He said that he just did, right? Isn't that what
I don't think he even named names.
He named no names, so.
But out of the hood, the streets are looking I bet, yeah. Why you out, but Young Thug still locked up? That don't sound. Some seem fishy. It's that's what. Yeah.
Are you going to go and get yourself locked up and be locked up, and because you're not snitching? Are you going to get 20 years for not snitching? Come on now. Come on.
I'm not mad at him, but then again, I'm not from the streets either, so
neither am I. So
I'm mad. I don't think that snitching shit don't mean nothing for me. It's called. I don't even think it's snitching. It's self-preservation. That's what I look at it as. What's best for me and mine? Fuck what y'all talking about. That's what. Look out for me and my people. For everybody else, fuck them. That's I don't look at that as snitching. It's he looking out for him and his best interest and his family or his people. Yeah, that's what he's looking out for. Yeah.
But because now he's labeled a snitch, like you said, usually.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Gunna never
that brands you.
Or then again, he's gonna have that he's gonna have the follow-up project. He's gonna have his Tekashi 6ix9ine project. So Tekashi, when he snitched and then at first that project, he might have the one project and then I think it's done after that. I don't think Gunna is he's never gonna be on top like he was. He's never get back to that.
The thing is I hope that
hope he saved his money and
I hope that you do your money, you invested your money wisely, because
whether it was his music money or street money, whatever money you made over these years,
whatever money you made, I hope that you invested it.
Hope he was smart with his money, because your rap career is probably over.
Invested your money. If you invested your money wisely, let's say you had $2 million net worth and you invested that, you could live off of that the rest of your life.
You can flip that and make it work for you forever. That's
if you did correctly.
Not reckless, you can flip that and make that work for you forever. Yeah.
Exactly. You be good, your kids will be good, your kids will be good. If you know what you're doing, you can flip that and do it
into something, into real wealth. If you're smart, Mm-hmm. You could turn that into some baby.
Not then that's like a Maybach and some jewelry. If you just went and did that route.
little couple of Birkin bags for some chick. Like, yeah, see, like that. If you're like not smart with your money, we're doing shit like that. I hope he's only 29 years old, so yeah, he's still young.
That's a hit or miss because like it's some people who are very wise beyond their year. Like I think Kendrick Lamar is very wise beyond his years. For a young guy, I said, because he's young, like he's very wise beyond his years as far as like money, finances. And then there's some people that are the opposite. So just kind of depends on Gunna. Like, hopefully, like we said, hopefully your career ain't over, because
if he does, like, I wonder if he does like beats or anything, or is he just like rap? Yeah. Because he might be able to reinvent himself like Young Berg if he does beats. Like Berg, like completely like reinvented. He ain't even Young Berg no more. He's what, hit maker now. He like trading like.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay, things I didn't know.
He just does beats now because no, he was like labeled as a clown like after some certain incidents he had over the years. So like his rap career pretty much
was ended. Young Berg the one who talked about dark-skinned women? Did he talk about dark-skinned?
He mentioned
that was him. Yeah, he
made got his Transformers chain snatched in Detroit and shit.
Yeah, I heard that. And then somebody like 12-year-old had it on their neck.
They started posting on the gram, like the kids like, yeah, got Berg chain. It's like, it's my little nephew with it. Like that shit. Right. But like silly shit like that is so his rap career ended, but he did beats though, so yeah, he became the hit maker. So, yeah. So that's and now one of the top producers in the game, and people don't even realize that that's Young Berg. So if Gunna does beats, maybe he can reinvent himself like that.
I like it.
But yeah, the snitch thing. I don't know.
I don't think he's a snitch though. I really don't. Because like
I'm not street, so like I don't.
I don't think that's really snitching to me.
I think he was looking out for his best interest for he and his people. That's just my personal opinion.
Like specifically saying, yeah, so and so did at this time on this day. Like, okay,
name names and all of that is
places, locations, all that. Okay, times, all that, days, whatever. Then yeah, okay, I get that, but.
Because if he really wasn't like the one, like the main cat, like which it doesn't sound like he was, like he really was the Kareem Akbar of the CM. If Gunna was really that, then like hey,
I was just here.
It's like
I was just here. I don't know. I was here.
Nino or like G Money, like one of the cats on top. He's like, Gunna was just like the Kareem Akbar of the operation. He's like, hey man, I ain't going down with them niggas. It's like,
nah.
He really was that, then I'd get why he took it. And if I was Gunna too, the first thing I would do, which he was linked to years ago, like I'll forget all of that. I'll either try to get back with Chloe Bailey. That's what I'm like. They were linked to be like an item, like neither one of them ever confirmed or denied it. But yeah, like that's the first thing I would do. He'd text Chloe's because that booty is so big, Lord have mercy. Rock it pause like I do. Rock it pause like I do. All this ass up in this jeans. Hit her ass up. Gotta make it happen, bro. You know, Cash was all in her DM when you got locked up. You know, like no,
hey,
they were
girl.
All. Sorry, yeah, to feel bad about what happened to your man.
No, you don't. You don't. The guys try to slide the DMs and be slick. Oh, it's too bad that you and your so-and-so is going through. Yeah, right.
That's the first thing I thought. I was like, about if he snitched, that's why he did it. Like, you got
Chloe. Home. I'm trying to get back home to my bae.
That's you. Look at what he's working with. Like, if they were an item, like I don't blame him for that.
Yeah, you get home to your lady. What guy doesn't want to get home to their lady? You know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of couples that may or may not be back, you heard about Nelly and Ashanti.
I saw their performance at some
let me pull it
concert thing. I don't know which one it was.
Under the Mistletoe concert is what it's called. Yeah. So some Christmas show like Nelly and Ashanti. They did there's a song from back in the day.
Yeah. And I saw she backed it up on him and
you know he was loving that shit.
His face was like and in the comments I said unless she woke something up. That's what it looked like.
Nelly, that's that's the one that got away. That's what he looks at. Ashanti's definitely the one that got.
She cause she did like a roll drop and like backed it on him, and then he looked at the audience and did that look.
But she appeared on an episode of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen and said that no, we in a better place, but we just friends. So she did say that there was nothing there. That's what we're just performing,
He's holding out hope, though. I think.
Like, so she might have just been friends.
She might, yeah. I think that she's
I can still get that.
I think she probably made resolution that because sometimes, especially if the breakup happens where it was some infidelity, it was like rumors of infidelity, right?
Exactly. With him. Nelly swiping credit cards down ass crack.
So. Yeah,
I'm sure that wasn't just acting. I'm sure some of that was happening in real life with him.
So as a lady, like if it's like an infidelity thing that happens, no matter how much you love a guy, like if it's an infidelity thing, that hurts. Infidelity hurts. It does. So, you may have like the him, but then once you guys get in that better place, now it's like, okay, we can be cool, but I'm not going to be a fool. I'm not going to go back. I'm not going back, but
I don't want you, but I don't hate you. That's what
exactly. It's like that. We can be cordial. We can be civil to each other. Yeah. Like, hell, you can like my posts on my Instagram, my Facebook, you can like my posts. Hell, we can like each other's posts, but
he's done a lot of that, liking her. Society be posting the thirst trap pics. I'm sure Nelly be
as far as we should go and hang out. It's like, that's where you gotta kind of put the boundary up when it's like, yeah, we should go and But I think Nelly is holding out hope that maybe he might be able to woo her back. Is she back single now or something?
I think, because she was linked to Joyner Lucas at one point. I think she was on Breakfast Club recently and said that she's back on the market. So whatever happened, whether it was like they apparently broke up,
but there was him or not, because she never confirmed it was
him, but she was linked to him, whoever it was, she's not with that person, whether it's Joyner or somebody else. She said that she's not with whoever it was, because she did just recently appear on Breakfast Club and said, I'm single again. So Nelly probably was watching. He was
Nelly like this.
You and
she's single.
Well, you had her. You dropped that ball, bro. They were like booed up for a minute, like what, 7-8 years. They were together for a while.
10. They were together like 10. Yeah.
They were booed up for a minute. Yeah.
She spent like close to like a decade with this guy. And that's a long time. You spend like all your 20s with somebody. That's a long time. That's a long ass time.
Irv Gotti was probably in the DMs too.
Speaking of clowns,
I thought that a little bit on Breakfast Club too. She talked about basically said what you just said, that he is a clown.
Yes. Like, I don't like he has the thought that like they were in this
I don't know
deep thing, and I don't know.
My take, something probably happened, but it wasn't. Yeah, like if something happened, it was like a hookup, but Irv looked like
it wasn't like
soulmates. It was like
he was gone. Like, yes, and we were. It's like, you had a whole wife though. Like this, like what? You had a wife. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, watch the Irv Gotti miniseries. It's the murder, and that's not. I call it the Irv Gotti. Watch the Murder Inc. miniseries. It's about the whole label, but
I gotta finish it. I started by
all of that shit. It's like, Ashanti, of course, had nothing to do with it. She's like the one person because every time they mention Ashanti, they put like in parentheses, like, Ashanti declined to comment or declined to participate in this documentary or whatever. She was the one missing piece. Like everybody else, like Ja was there. Charlie Baltimore, Vita, all of the Lloyd, like all of the usual suspects were there. Like, but Lloyd was there in the later years, like with she's 5'2" and all of that was like that was near the end of the Murder Inc. run when Lloyd was there. Yeah, so like that was when they were the Inc. by then. When Lloyd was like they weren't murder, they dropped the murder shit after like the feds raided them. They said, "No, we just the Inc. now."
Not a good look. Say a murder and I have these charges.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna sign like a young R&B dude like Lloyd. It's like change our image up a little bit. So like that was around that time when they were like trying to clean their image up when they brought Lloyd. But he's on the dive. Ashanti's the only one that was missing on that though. So, but it's very good doc though. Yeah, I was because that's the era that's our era. So, yeah.
Right.
I look at that how like our mom looked at the Temptations like with with Leon and them back in the day. It's like that's the era, you know. What else you got, kid? R. Kelly. The admitted album, his team finally said that somebody stole the masters last year at some point. That's why that album got out there. Because they had the masters, they had like somebody with sticky fingers got into the warehouse, took the masters, and then they said, give us they try to extort basically, like give us like $150,000 to get them back, and then I guess they told them to kick rocks, and then they released it like that. That's what R. Kelly's team is saying, that the masters were stolen.
See my look.
I didn't even get to listen to it, but I'm sure it wasn't much. That album probably wasn't shit though.
Or is it just stuff to commit to try create a mistrial?
on his appeal, yeah, maybe.
Or is this
because he has appeal in the conviction. So
I mean, yeah. All you gotta do is just create this much reasonable doubt. That's all you need. It's just a little bit reasonable doubt.
What you got, kid?
We can switch gears a little bit. For positive stuff, the MVP trophy now in the NBA.
Yeah. It's named after Jordan, which is long overdue. Like they could have did that, yeah. Because like Jordan, for like what the awareness and attention he brought to the game. It should be something like, damn. Some people haven't said the logo should be Jordan, but he's making too much money off of with that Jumpman logo. I don't see him like just making that the official NBA, because a lot of people say, why is Jerry West the logo? Like, why not Jordan? Like, yeah, which makes a lot of sense, but because like you're making way too much money off of that Jumpman, so it's not gonna be the official NBA.
Jordan sell. How many Jordan sell every hour of every day?
Yeah, how many folks copped those cherry red 11s last week? Yeah, just in time for the holidays. I'm just saying. I saw my time. That's all they were talking about. Damn, I missed on I hit on the sneakers app. Damn, I didn't hit. It's like, gotta go to StockX now. Like,
I said, and we saw the Thirsties outside in the mall when Marcus and I went to the mall to pick up some things, and we saw them stand outside snipes. They had to let the gate down. The people, they let the gate down because they was being thirsty.
Like for those that get picked in the raffle, like I said, if you don't show it, then hey, we got a pair. Yeah, that's where the thirsty folks outside.
They were lined up. It was a mass of them outside with the gate down. They had to do it, but it's a long overdue acknowledgement. Like, you know, to acknowledge his accomplishments, because Jordan, you look at what Jordan did. I know people can talk about like, well, Wilt Chamberlain did, you know, and Bill Russell and, you know, even Magic and Bird. It's like, yeah, all great players, all of them great players. But Jordan, it was just something about Jordan where he just took it.
And I don't know if that's because we grew up as Bulls fans, like why we does look at it differently. It's like cats that grew up in other markets might look at this shit differently than we do, but like us growing up as Bulls fans, Jordan was everything to us.
Yeah, so, Jordan was.
We looked at it with different eyes than like your typical basketball fan. Especially like I remember like cats getting robbed for their Jordans. That's how real like Jordans like in Chicago. Yeah. I don't know if it was like that everywhere, but cats really did get robbed for their Jordans.
I remember people getting robbed for their Jordans too.
Yeah, that was huge. Like Jordan was literally everything as far as basketball, like in these parts on the I can't speak in other markets, but he was big everywhere. But I know in Chicago, Jordan
was like, yeah,
definitely
forget about it.
Especially during that time when they started winning championships, like it was everything. Yeah. During the 90s, Jordan and now you got the MVP trophies named after Jordan. The the All-Star MVP is named after Kobe. Remember they changed that after he died.
Yeah.
The finals MVP is Bill Russell. So now you got like
I like that.
Legends. Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
And is it Defensive Player of the Year, Hakeem?
They should if it isn't.
I think it is. I think it
they
might
should
be.
use that one too. Like that would be dope if they did.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like who would be a good one? Hakeem Duncan would be another good option. Like who would be a good person to name? If I like the Hakeem, if that's in fact the case, yeah.
Because I think that I like the way that they're doing this now to have them named after these different players because it's like it cements their legacy.
Just like finals MVP. I remember like when they first changed it to Bill Russell years ago, I was like, they should have been did that shit. They said like instead of just finals MVP now, like the Bill Russell finals MVP is like it just sounds better. It's like like the Michael Jordan MVP award, the Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP, like now I like all of that,
because they pay respect to these legends, and I'm sure that like I said, if you were too young to have watched Jordan, like because like the young players now, like you may have been too young to see Jordan play live, or whatever, but it's like you saw Kobe play live, you saw some of these others,
LeBron now is still
LeBron now. You saw,
Steph Curry, whoever your guy is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's really cool to just see this. So I wonder who is going to get the MVP Jordan trophy. Who's going to be the first one to be the first recipient of the Michael Jordan?
Not Jokic. Like he don't need no. He shouldn't have won last year. Like Embiid should have got that, but that's just my.
Who would be like who is in the MVP running right now?
Who's in the race? I haven't been paying attention because but the Bulls kind of stink now, so I haven't really been paying attention to the NBA like that. Like not closely. I'm watching it kind of peripherally, but like not really watching closely. So I don't know who is really like dominating right now for the MVP race.
Yeah, because I don't know who is in the race.
The usual suspects are like your Giannis, like your Embiid. I gotta see if are they having winning seasons this year. I gotta check. I don't know, but it would be nice if one of them catch. I know there's nobody on our team. Last year, DeRozan got a few votes, but I don't see it happening this year.
No, because the Bulls are a hot mess right now.
Yeah.
They don't know how to close games. That's the biggest thing. They don't know how to close. They got to learn how to close. So I don't know what that means. If that means coaching changes, because usually
Billy's on the hot seat. Absolutely. Something's got to happen. It's like, if you're not going to blow it up, then you got to at least change coaches. You got to do something. You can't just ride this shit out.
And I think that coaches do need to be, well, with the exception of, like obviously Spoelstra, Popovich, they're the exceptions, but I think coaches do need to be changed like every 4 to 6 years.
I think was it Phil Jackson himself? I think
every 4 to 6 years. I think
he said after 7 years, players start tuning the guy out. So like, which makes sense. Mm-hmm. And he was exception at that because with the Bulls, with the break that Jordan took in the middle, like from 94, 95, but it was basically 2 different teams. So
right.
Coached that whole time, but it's like it was 2 different teams.
Right.
Like the second three-peat was very different than the first 3. It was like Mike and Scotty were like the only consistent on those, but like it was basically 2 different teams. So
Rodman, when you threw Rodman in the mix, that was a whole different team with Rodman.
Different teams, like those era. Kukoc was on the later
team. The waiter,
Yeah, like those guys weren't. And then early since you had like Hodges and guys like that and BJ, it was like
Hacks, it
was like 2 different teams.
Yeah, on the first team.
So like would feel like so that break kind of like made it freshened up with him, but like typically they do start tuning out. Like I said, Greg Popovich, Eric Spoelstra, they like the long ones.
Exceptions.
Yeah.
So I say every 4 to 6 years. That's where I say every 4 to 6 years because 4 on the low end, 6 on the higher end. Because like say after a while, it's like you just kind of like
they start tuning you out. Like it's not like being the Pope. It's not a lifetime position. It's not like being a Supreme Court justice. It's like it's not a lifetime position. It's like
our people in Congress now who are in there before we were born and they're still there.
Those aren't technically lifetime positions. They might as well be lifetime. How long has Bobby Rush been in Congress?
Nancy Pelosi would look at you.
Bernie Sanders. How long have these cats been in Congress?
They were in there before we were born. That's all I had to say about that. Like they were always
lifetime positions, but even though they don't call them that.
The Queen, like I said, the Queen just died. Yeah, the Queen. Yeah.
England is like it's like Like the head coach is not that. It's like after a while, it's like we got to go in another direction. Especially after having a couple of losing seasons, you really got to go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially if it's just like not moving. Like it's one thing, like if you're moving, because we know Rome wasn't built in a day, and like if you're making strides, but if it's just flat.
Like right now, we just mentioned them. It's probably time for Pops to go. Like, yeah. When was the last time the Spurs were good? I can't remember. When Duncan was still playing, I don't remember. It's like how long ago was that? So like it's probably time. It's like the Spurs, like they're not good and haven't been good for years. It's
Pops has been there, what, 25 years?
Was there, yeah. I think 97. I think that was the year he started. So like
25 years or whatever. Yeah, he's been there a while. So and I think it's just time, because it would be nice for Pops to retire, to enjoy like his retirement. I think it'd be nice.
And like Timmy is on the coaching staff. Like I think give Timmy a shot. Why not?
Yeah.
I would like to see Timmy as head coach. Yeah. I think that would be a good look. Yeah.
And Spoelstra got, like, while he was around, Spoelstra got like 18 years or something.
Yeah, he was with Miami back when Shaq
was there. Yeah, like when Wade, like early Wade.
Shaq and Wade, like he was there like back then. Like 2008, like he'd been there for a while. Yeah,
he's been there about 16, 17 years, something like that. He's been there a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's coming up on, he's around it where he's getting close to that 20-year mark himself. So that's why I said those two.
Miami they're still winning at least, so he could probably stick around. Yeah, but Spurs, I know Pops is your guy, but yeah, y'all aren't good. So.
I think it's time for him to retire. No, I want to see him enjoy his retirement. I would like to see him enjoy his retirement, to enjoy his golden years, Yeah. Like you have nothing else to prove. Like you're one of the best coaches ever. You have nothing to prove to nobody. You got all these rings. You had Tim Duncan, Ginobili.
Well, I have the record for like most years without a playoff miss. Like they didn't miss the playoffs for like a year or two ago. They just started.
Right.
You've been coaching for 25 years. That's like 20 plus years straight for playoff appearances.
They won titles on some of them.
Years, like won titles in 5 of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like never missed the playoffs for like over 20 years. Like that's pretty damn impressive.
I say you have nothing to prove for nobody. I said once you get to that a certain point, you got nothing to prove to nobody. So you can. It's not like you chase like I still gotta get this ring, or I gotta get this. You try to chase an accolade. It's like you don't need an accolade. You don't need that, because he's been coach of the year before. So I mean, like, what are you like? You don't need to chase nothing. So I think he should retire. But the Bulls might be in a little bit of trouble, like you said, with Donovan. Like he might be on that hot seat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're gonna blow it up though. I honestly don't know. I know Chuck said but we need to blow it up, but I don't know if they're gonna blow it up yet. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the next step is, but something has to happen.
They gotta learn how to finish games. That's the biggest thing, because I mean I'm armchair and GM right now. I know I'm doing the armchair GM thing right now, but when I watch it, some of the stuff that they do, I'm like, why aren't you doing this versus doing that? Like, I watch it but I'm still a diehard. I'm going to watch every game. I'm going to watch. Don't know if I want to attend any games in person. I did want to go this season, but I'm like,
I decided that a long time ago.
I went to one game, but I mean, it was like for my daughter's. It was a free game because it was like her school night, like they took us or whatever. But I'm like, I don't know if I want to pay for it. Let me rephrase. I don't know if I want to pay.
They're just not entertaining. That's the thing. It's like even like if you're losing but you're entertaining, I'm fine. Like y'all are just flat. I guess I don't know what it is, but yeah, just it's not a fun game to watch. Like
it's kind of I don't know.
It's like the Bulls back in the day. They were like, they didn't win a lot, but they were entertaining. It was like with Rose and Gordon and Heinrich and Noah, and that team was entertaining.
That team was entertaining.
Yeah, like they didn't win a lot, but it was fun to watch that team. This team,
they took Boston 7 games. They took
Boston 7 games. Noah's ill coast to coast on dunk on Paul Pierce.
That's still legendary.
Yeah, that team was fun to watch. Fun to watch. That's what I'm talking about. That shit was fun to watch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Vinny Del Negro. That was the Vinny era.
I'll give him the coaching job. Yeah.
Bring Vinny back in place of Donovan. Nah.
No, he can stay with Boylan. He can stay with Jim Boylan. They can hang out together.
Boylan, they sucked.
No one was that bad. Let me tell you, I say that bad. No one was that bad. Well, maybe Sam Floyd, but no one.
Yeah.
Sam Floyd Bulls, maybe.
Boylan might have been worse than Floyd. I got to look at that again. That's a good debate. Who sucked more? Yeah,
that's the versus battle.
The versus right there. Yeah, Tim Floyd versus Jim Boylan. There we go. I went to some of the Tim Floyd games. I went to a Jim Boylan game with you. Matter of fact, I thought about that. We did go to a Jim Boylan game. So the Bulls, the Lakers played.
The Bulls, Lakers, 19, yeah. I forgot about that.
Boylan game too. I thought about that. Yeah, we went to one together.
Oh, man, we spend money on that now. I'm just thinking about that basketball money going in that game.
I was mad at myself the day it happened. I was like, what? I could have got some J's that day.
Well, I mean, I wanted to see LeBron. I had never seen LeBron play live, so I was like, okay, I get to see LeBron play live. So I miss Jordan, I miss Kobe. I'm like, let me at least see LeBron.
I saw Jordan. I never saw Kobe, but I saw Jordan.
Right. I was like, I miss them. So let me watch LeBron. So at least I got to see.
He gave me tickets to a Bulls Lakers game. Now we'll turn them down. Neither team is fun to watch at this point. That free tickets, I probably wouldn't.
Battle of the bad tapes.
And they have messed to the Lakers. They still trying to get Westbrook the fuck out of there, but ain't nobody biting. No.
You got him. He's yours. Y'all stuck with him. You got him.
I say just let him walk. It's like he's about to expire. Like I don't get if you trade him, you're gonna have to give away more assets, like attach picks to it and all of that. So yeah, just let the motherfucker walk at the end of the season and then
ain't nobody gonna be like, who's gonna be like, I want Russell Westbrook. Ain't nobody going.
Just let him walk at the end of the season. I'll say. Say, then you over it. It's like then you only got one more season of the bullshit and then start over fresh next year. That's pretty much where they at now because I don't see nobody taking that Westbrook unless you attach some serious assets to it. And if it's like these tanking teams that say, hey, like give us 2 first rounders too, we'll take him. It's like, but it has to be something like that. It's like you have to attach some serious assets to get him out of there. You already gave up so many picks already to get Anthony Davis. So yeah, you're already in the deficit for like assets. So yeah, they have a hot ghetto mess right now, the Lakers, because they could miss the playoffs this year, and then their pick goes to New Orleans because of Anthony Davis. So like they could be like, yeah, if they get like a top, like I think it's unprotected. You had a number 1 pick, like the Lakers be the worst team in the league, and then New Orleans would get their pick. That's how bad it is. They can't even tank and shit. That's how bad it is. So they have to make the play in and shit, like because tanking does nothing.
It does nothing for them because
New Orleans like, yep, come on, bring it to us. New Orleans having a good season, so to add another pick on.
They actually are.
Add another top draft pick on top of the team they already got. Yeah, they in good shape. So like that's the long-term trade. You look back, so we got to say New Orleans probably won that trade.
They won it, yeah.
The Lakers did get Davis and then didn't get a title out of it, but long-term, New Orleans probably won that trade. It's like, do you take Davis in the title? Do you take the team that New Orleans has now? Like which?
Like the phrase that they always say: marathon, not a sprint. It's a marathon. So
I'm a NBA nerd like that. We going deep down this NBA rabbit hole now, but we here now. It's and I like looking at trades like that, like with the long term, like who won the trade because it begins,
Because on surface it seems like it seems very one-sided. Like some trades seem very one-sided at first.
The Carmelo trade between Denver and New York, Denver probably won that long term, because of the assets they got back. It's like I think the Jamal Murray pick was part of that trade. I think so. I got to look back, but yeah, you stuck it out long term. It's like they still benefiting from that trade. Where like Melo been gone from the Knicks, and they didn't even win shit with him. At least the Lakers got a title. the Knicks never got out of the second round with Melo. I don't think. Yeah. So yes, you got to look like at the time, they won it, but long term, it's like the Denver still benefiting.
Yeah.
The fruits of that. Yeah. I think Murray was part of it. I'm not positive. I think like the pick that Murray was part of that Carmelo.
Was part of that, yeah. It probably was.
So with trades, you attach other assets to it. Like the Bulls right now, the Lauri Markkanen trade. You got Zach LaVine out of that, and you still, I mean, the Jimmy Butler trade brought Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen, and then Chris Dunn. Well, he's out of the league now, but yeah, they traded Markkanen, and that brought back Derrick Jones Jr. plus a future first round. If we got to see who that first rounder is going to be.
Yeah, we're gonna see
long term. Like if the Bulls won that trade, the Butler trade, it's like right now, I say it's pretty even.
It's pretty even right now.
You got LaVine, you got a first that's still due, and you got Jones Jr. in the Markkanen trade. So you still it's still, and then they got Butler, obviously, yeah. So it's still pretty close right now.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced.
Are we doing straight up? Then Minnesota lost because Butler was barely there. But it's like, but we just talk about the Bull from the Bulls end, like I'm telling you, from the Bulls end, like they did get good return for that, and it's still paying off because you still got a first coming from the Markkanen trade from last year when you traded Markkanen. So you still have a first that's due back. So you got to see who that is before you decide like whether you want or lost the trade. But I'm into like that level of like NBA, like how the long-term effects of trades. Yeah.
Right.
What else we got? What else you got, kid?
I wanted to go on a serious side. I don't know, like if somebody that you followed or not, but Steven Twitch Boss. Did you?
Yeah, I wasn't familiar with him like that, but I knew who he is. Like I didn't really follow his work. Yeah. Was saying it was a suicide now, like his death or something?
Yeah, so Steven Twitch Boss, aka he was on So You Think You Can Dance. That's where he first shot to fame, was on So You Think You Can Dance. And then that garnered the attention of Ellen. And he was on Ellen's show as her DJ.
Ellen is what he was most known.
Yeah, on her show for like 10 years, he was with Ellen. And I knew him because I followed his TikToks because I did enjoy watching his TikToks. It was him and his beautiful wife. They would they're both dancers. So they would have like they would be dancing and singing. It was like really, just fun, positive, upbeat stuff watching. I saw that they was like, yeah, Twitch passed away at 40 years old. And I'm like, people just don't pass away at 40. Like we're 40, people just don't usually pass unless like you were sick, it was an accident, something. People just don't pass away like that at 40 years old. And then when they started revealing the details, they revealed that it looks like it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
That's what the story is saying, that
so
that is what it's looking like.
And it just looks it's just so heartbreaking just looking, because now all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, I want them to just pull these off, because now I'm starting to get a lot of floods. I'm starting to get a lot of reels with him and his wife. Like TikTok, I haven't been getting a lot of his reels or whatever, just like suggestions.
Everybody's watching now, so now it's like, yeah, if you follow.
So now I'm getting all those suggestions.
You're in the algorithm, yeah. You're in the algorithm.
It's in the algorithm because, like I said, I always follow his TikTok because I started following him because I followed Wayne Brady's TikTok, and then they were doing like a side by side or whatever, and then I started following him because of Wayne Brady. So now I'm starting to get all the inflood of all his TikToks, all that. And it's just really sad watching, because it's like at the end of the day, like mental illness is just it's such a real thing. Like people are like, well, I think it's like people with stop with the conspiracy theories. Like the family is grieving, like his wife and him just celebrate their 9th anniversary. This is like a few days before Christmas. Like Christmas is next week. So
about to lose a spouse so close to Christmas, got us.
And they literally had just celebrated their 9-year anniversary, like 4 days before he committed suicide. They had just had their 9th anniversary, because you saw his Instagram, 9 years, like it was a nice post that he did to his wife about being married. They had 3 children. So people are like, well, I think it's like, no, it's like, you don't know what someone is going through, what battles that they're internalizing, like what somebody is going through themselves. Like I've read reports about people, like some of the people in the timeline, when they were commenting about suicide, they were like, I saw one person say that I had a cousin that we were at a family gathering and he was all smiles, and then the next day he killed himself. it's like, so you literally don't know. You could be with somebody and they could seem totally fine, happy, upbeat, nothing amiss, nothing. You know, you just okay.
I got a buddy, one of my former colleagues, you know who I'm talking about. Suicide,
yeah. And you said that he was always just so upbeat, just happy, you know, just super fun guy, like super funny, super fun, you know, just
I never saw that side that he was battling something, but I just
and young guy too. He was only in his 30s, young guy. Yeah. Because when you told me that he passed, and I'm like, what? I thought it was like an accident. First thing I think was someone that young. I'm like, was it a car accident? Was it, I think an accident because, or were they sick? You know, like I never think that because especially the way that he was, like he was really upbeat and everything. So
like he was funny, like with crack jokes, like he was
very funny. Yeah, I said because I followed his stuff too, like very funny. Like I followed his social media postings because he would just be super funny in his stuff.
Basketball, like Bucks and Six was like one of his saying that the Bucks did win the title that year in Six too. Like he was always talking about Bucks and Six. and when that year when it kept getting closer, when y'all gonna learn to listen to me, I told y'all Bucks and Six, when they went up like 3-2. Because Phoenix took that series 2-0 the first game. He's like, I told y'all, listen to me, Bucks.
And Bobby Portis put his headband on it.
I don't believe me. Bucks and Six.
It was Bobby Portis.
And he actually drove out to Milwaukee for the celebration. You know, they had at the arena.
Yeah, at the outside.
I think he might even been out there for the game 6. Yeah, he was because they like they aired the game outside.
Outside on the thing
I think he drove out there for it. Yeah, because he was like doing his lives. Like
Milwaukee's close enough. Like we know as Chicagoans, you can drive Milwaukee, hop, skip, and jump. It's super close, Milwaukee.
Yeah, my guy was actually out there for that, and then like a couple months later, he was gone. It's crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But you never know what somebody's internal struggle is. Like I said, I have a friend whose brother, he did. Like I said, he seemed like like her little brother he seemed like a normal, like a regular guy. And when she told me that that's what happened, I was like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. But you just never know what's going on in somebody. And I just really hope that people are more kind about the way that you treat people about stuff. Like a big thing that like I want to try remove from my vocabulary is like stop saying FML people. Stop saying that. Like when people do the FML thing, like because
I don't like that either.
Like as much as you be like, fuck my life, it's like somebody would love to have your life right now. Like so we're trading her plays.
Most people don't count their blessings. That's why I wake up every day and count my blessings.
Yeah, somebody would trade with
First of all, be blessed that you woke up this morning. You didn't have to wake up. Yeah, be blessed. You woke up this morning. Be blessed that you have a roof over your head. You have food. You have running water. It's like, be blessed for what you have. It's like,
you have money in your pocket to buy items, you know.
Be blessed for like what you have. It's like, right. Not everybody has like stuff. Yeah. So just because you're lacking like certain luxuries and like, be blessed for what you have.
What you do have.
Bless you're healthy. And you woke up, healthy. Mm-hmm. It's like, just count your blessings like that. You'll start looking at life totally different if you count your blessings. Definitely. Most people don't do that.
Definitely.
And just you get a whole list of things that you do have. It's like, wow, like I got a lot more than I thought. You count the blessings. It's like,
And stop with with the overtly trolling, because some of these people like, I know people love to try to say, well, cyber, but people are weak now because cyberbullying. Back in my day, we had real bullies. It's like, shut up. Shut up. Okay, you had Biff Tannen when you were younger. Okay, whatever. Shut up.
Yeah, Biff Tannen and Zabka. That's what you had.
Zabka. And they both got beat by the nerds. So, so yeah.
Danielson and George both whipped that ass.
George whipped that ass, both of them. So, I mean, stop with the whole like cyberbullying is not a thing, because it is. Because you got like 10,000 people come at you making negative comments, it can eventually start to seep into your head.
And it doesn't end. Like when you at school bullying, you can go home. You can change your circles when you like at school. You might be like the coolest kid on your block at home, but like you're a nerd at school. Yeah. When it's cyberbullying, it's just like nonstop, round the clock. People come at you. It's like you can't escape the shit. It's sort of like deleting your account. That's the only way to like get out of that. Yeah. Well, at least like because you knew that we all knew the kids like that were like in their school might have been like nerds, but like on their block were like cool, like different circumstances.
Big man on campus,
cool, like in your neighborhood, but when you go to school, you didn't fit in. Like that happened, so you could escape the bullshit then, especially during summer break. Where you like might be the coolest kid on your block, and then you go back in September, all the bullshit comes back like that. What happened? You could avoid the bullshit back in the day. At least now it's just like nonstop and thousands of people, like you said. You might have 10,000 followers coming at you.
Thousands of people coming at you. But I mean, like condolences for his family, and just I hope that more awareness is brought up now for mental health. And another thing, stop saying that, well, it's a selfish. It's like stop saying it's a selfish. Stop. It's like you don't know what.
You said stop saying FML. Like another one that I stopped saying years ago was which a lot of comedians would use this line, and I would use it too. Like when you get in an argument, somebody be like, "Yeah, do you tell somebody kill yourself?" Like I stopped saying that years ago.
Stop saying that because someone might actually do it.
And if they do it, then you got that weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, now you're liable.
Yeah, and you feel liable.
You know what I mean when I say you're liable? Like you're liable here. Like you're not necessarily, maybe necessarily nothing won't be done to you.
It might have been, and they might have been going through something that had nothing to do with what you said. But in your mind, you feel like it's your fault, though.
It's your fault. Yeah, you carry that guilt forever.
Even though they might have had something else, it might not have nothing to do with what you said, but you don't know that because they're gone. You can't talk to them. Yeah. So I stopped saying that. I switched. I tweaked it. It's to say, shut the fuck up. That's what I said now. Like, so tell somebody killed because like it's effective and it still has the same punch, but it doesn't have that kill yourself vibe to it.
Boy, the thing that works so well when you're from Chicago, sit your goofy ass down.
Fast.
Goofy, like goofy ass works good.
It's like when he called him a goofy ass, that dude.
I think goofy ass works well because not only is it's funny, and then it's like it's enough to like be like, hey, get out of my face, but it's still funny. So it's like lighthearted too at the same time. So I feel like goofy ass is effective calling somebody a goofy.
Okay. We'll end on a goofy note instead of ending on such a sad note. I'm cool with wrapping it up on a goofy ass note. I don't know about you.
I try to keep it goofy. I try to. I'm a mix of things.
Keep it goofy. You want to call it that? That's the name. Keep it goofy. God damn it.
Projecting for the top 200 still.
Oh, yeah, soon to be a top 200 podcast in the world. Yeah.
Put it out there. Manifesting. We find a way to get it in. We're going to find a way to get it in every week.
Definitely going to get it in. And if you want to get it in with us and show us some love for how we do it, we definitely appreciate you, first of all. Like I said, blessings. I appreciate anybody that listens to this stupid ass podcast. Especially those that are regular listeners. We got people that actually look forward to listening to this. And I appreciate that each and every week. If you want to support us further, give us a like. Do that first. Also, get you subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. Talking about Apple Podcasts, talking about Spotify, talking about TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio with Miss Tasha. What's good? YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices as well. If you want to get at me personally, you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. Like I said, coming soon. We hitting that top 200, baby. We're on our way. Let's go. Like Glorilla.
Go. And you can check me at MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs, and for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.